Do you feel like you're stuck in life? Like every day is exactly the same and it just repeats itself over and over and over? Well, we feel this way because we are stuck in the rat race of life and we don't even know what we want or what we need. We are disconnected from ourselves and we don't even give ourselves the chance to figure it out. But when we actually slow down to think about what we do want and what we do need, we don't even do anything about it. We don't make any changes. And I'm going to reveal to you the 3 reasons why we stay stuck. So the first reason that we stay stuck is because we live up in our head way too much. We have all of these ideas and thoughts swirling around in there, and so we think, oh, what better way to help me figure it out than to hit Google? And we go down this Google rabbit hole, and we search, and we search, and we search, and we read, and we read, and we read, and we look at reviews, we look at comments, and we think, no, that bad comment totally relates to me. It's not gonna work for me either. On to the next thing. And we do this for hours on end. It's not just the Google rabbit hole, it's self-help books, it's podcasts, it's blogs, it's any resource that you can get your hands on. We just get into this mode where we binge information and we binge information, but what we're doing is we're just staying in consumption mode. So we're not actually checking in with our gut to see if any of these resources or any of the information that we're getting from them even resonates with us, if it even makes a connection, if it makes us feel something. And we just automatically discredit it because it didn't work for someone else, so we convince ourselves that it won't work for us either. And so we just stay here in this trap, and then it keeps us stuck because we're so busy consuming that we're not taking any action. We get into this consumption mode and we're looking and we're researching and we're reading and we're finding. And as we're going through those comments and we're going through the information that we're getting, we get into this analysis paralysis mode and we just analyze everything. And that analyzing process keeps us stuck because it doesn't allow us to move forward. It doesn't take the information that we're learning and apply it to what we're going through or what we're experiencing or what we want to learn and actually move forward with it. And that leads to reason number 2. So reason number 2 is that we are anxious about our choices. We get so worried about making the wrong choice that we don't make any choices at all. And we are worried about making the wrong choice because it makes us doubt ourselves more. It makes us feel like we can't trust ourselves, what we think, what we feel, what we want, what we need, and that we're not capable of caring for ourselves. But we also worry about what other people are going to think about us if we make the wrong mistake. We don't want to be open to criticism or judgment. We don't want that because that feels just as shitty too. And so we just don't move forward because we are so afraid of making the wrong choice. But instead, we should look at the choices that we have and say, which one feels right to me now? Which one do I want to try now? And use that choice to move forward. Try that one thing. And you know what? If you get there and you don't like it, that's okay because that choice that you made is giving you information. It's giving you feedback and you can use that information to move forward and try the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And the more that you're actually willing to try, the more that you're actually going to learn and the more growth and progress you're going to make, and you're not going to stay stuck. But that leads me to the 3rd reason that we stay stuck. It's the one that's probably maybe a little triggering, and maybe you don't agree with it. But the 3rd reason that we stay stuck is that we are in victim mode. We feel like nothing we do ever works for us. It works for everyone else, but not for us, and that our life is just a big pile of shit. And so we stay in this mode, and this is really what keeps us stuck the most because we can't see ourselves any differently than a victim. And I will tell you, I had this mentality, I had this mindset, and I didn't even know. And it wasn't until my own coach said to me, Kim, when are you gonna stop being the victim? And I was like, holy shit. I didn't even know I saw myself as the victim when she said that, but I had been playing this outdated story in my head that I was the victim, that I had parents who divorced and I had step-parents who replaced me, I had siblings who replaced me, I had been in an abusive relationship and nothing ever worked out for me. I had this whole narrative about how my life was always so hard and it never worked and I was a victim. And I hadn't been a victim to my circumstances at that point for almost 20 years. But I had conditioned myself to see me as a victim and no different. And that's the biggest reason that we stay stuck. And we stay in this victim mode because we get on social media and we do the doom scroll and we see that everybody else's life looks perfect while ours looks fucked up. and we think, oh, they have a better job than I do. Oh, their husband or their girlfriend or their partner loves them more than mine loves me. I don't even have anybody that loves me. I don't have kids, or their kids are better behaved than mine, or they're better athletes than mine, or they're more academic than mine. Oh, I have a shit car that barely moves, and look, they just got a new Mercedes. And so when we do this and we compare ourselves to what we see online, which by the way is just a highlight reel, most people are struggling too, even though you would never know because that's not what they're posting. So they're either posting the highlight reel to make it look like life is perfect, or they don't post at all. And those are telling signs that they are not being transparent, they are not being authentic, they are putting out there what they want you to see. But they struggle too. We're all humans and we all struggle. Life is never perfect, but that doesn't mean that we have to be a victim to our circumstances. We actually have the power to change. We have the power to move through things, whether they're good or bad, and nothing is ever permanent. So while things might feel crappy right now, that doesn't mean they have to continue feeling that way. But they will continue to feel that way as long as you tell yourself they will, and that you are the victim and that nothing will ever change or work out for you. And so that is the third biggest reason why we stay stuck in our shit, because we don't believe that we have the ability or the capacity to change. And so it takes us right back to the beginning, and it becomes a vicious cycle of, let me look for the right answer. Let me look for someone to tell me how to get the hell out of this mess. And then, oh my gosh, I have 30 choices now, but I don't know which one to make because I'm so afraid of making the wrong choice. And then we worry about being the victim again, like, oh my gosh, well, because that choice worked for someone else, it's not going to work for me. And we go on and on and on and on and on. And so if you want to get unstuck, stop this. Stop looking at yourself as there's something wrong with you. You are not broken. You do not need to be fixed. You just need to make some changes. You need to shift some things. And so instead of looking so far out into the future, let's look at just what we can change right now. So take one thing that feels easy to change and start working on that. Pick one thing that feels doable, even if it just means making a protein shake for yourself for breakfast instead of having Lucky Charms or Cocoa Puffs. Like, it can be that simple. I think the other thing too is that we get into this analysis paralysis, and this fear of making the wrong choice is because we think we have to make these big choices, and they have to be monumental and they have to be massive in order for them to work and to get us unstuck. But it's the small things that add up to the big things. So if you're feeling stuck, know that you don't have to continue feeling stuck. It's a choice, and you can choose to make a different choice. So if you need more help with why you're feeling stuck, and maybe you even feel a little bit lost, be sure to tune into this video because I'm going to share with you the 3 reasons why you're feeling lost.